Michelle. Michelle's back. There's Karen and Michelle are here. The retreat girls. Hey, girls. Hi, Betty. We used your Marlin app while we were here. We love the Marlin app and the Seed app. Thank you for that. Inhale, go up. Jean, Polly, come inhale. Guys, I'm so glad you're here. We're going to take a wellness breath. And on your exhale, let's take the feet wider. And as you exhale, come down. We're going to let the fingertips or the hands come to the floor. While you're here, bend one knee and bend the other. We're going to ease into things. Hello, bodies. Hello, beautiful. And if the floor feels too far away, just put your hands on your thighs and you can do it that way. Yep, I like that. Doesn't that feel nice? So I'll show that as well if you need. It's just a little knee bend. You did it right. And just a little straight and then a knee bend. Maybe you go to the floor, maybe you go to the thighs. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? Inhale. And now if you can, bend both knees at the same time and straighten. Bend both knees at the same time and straighten. Bend both knees at the same time and straighten. Bend and straighten. Relax your neck. You can shake it out. Now we're going to take the legs straight and the right hand can come down under the nose and open up the left arm towards the sky. We're going to start with a windmill. Breathe in. And as you exhale, you can imagine you're wringing out a wash rag. You're wringing out a wash rag. Breathe in. Inhale. Inhale. Just notice how good that feels to give your body attention. Take that inhale one more time. And now exhale, your left hand comes down to roughly under your nose. Bring your right arm up and stretch and open and breathe and lift. Inhale. Act like I'm pulling your arm and we're rotating that spine and finding an easy place for the neck. Feel the inner thighs open. Take that, stretch that like an eagle wingspan. Inhale. And then exhale, come down and let one hand go to each elbow and kind of dangle like the bottom of a bell, a clapper of a bell. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to put our hands on our hip bones, and then as you're ready, you can come on up and even beyond the vertical until you're in a little back bend. Your elbows squeeze together, your heart lifts. Breathe in. If you can go back further, go for it. Inhale. Now, as you're exhaling, you're going to come back to neutral and you can step or walk your feet together. Samasthiti. Breathe in the arms up. Go over to half moon. I predictably do half moon in the morning. I know because I just love it so much. We love this lateral flexion. Now, you can actually pull your own arm or you could hold hands. Just find what works for you. Keep going. Breathe in. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. It feels so good. And then if you would like, take that foot over, add a rotation. This is going to get more low back. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. And then an inhale, rotate up. There's that shoulder. And go up, 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 and over to the other side. At first, you could just have your feet underneath you. Hello. Hi, Catherine. Is that you? Hello. Good. And then you might just even put your foot over and add a half moon with the extra lateral side flexion on that leg. Inhale. Here we go. Now a little rotation down if you'd like. So we're doing some half moons to stretch the shoulders and the back. Inhale and then open up to the sky. Breathe in. Yeah, feel that, how nice that is. Your breath actually is going to that side you're stretching. Oh my goodness. And then inhale and come up and let your feet be underneath and reach back like you're feeling sunshine in the morning. Really good, guys. All right, we're going to take an inhale. And on your exhale, let your hands come down. Some people call this swan dive down. Your hands are to the floor, your feet are back, and let's bend one knee and bend the other. Bend one knee, we're easing into things. And also just scanning, how does your body feel here? I can feel my calves are appreciating this. I can feel the neck wants to release. You can also lift both heels and lower both heels. You can lift both heels and you can lower both heels. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. And then press the heels towards the floor and hold. Relax. 10, 9, 8. You can straighten your knees more and press the heels lower as you're here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you can walk or step up to your hands. Take a halfway position like you're an L or a table. Now once your blood pressure feels pretty stable, come up, go into a back bend, lift up your heart, and let your hands come to the heart. Now inhale, we're doing good. Open up those legs, open up those arms. Pivot your right toes so they face that right wall and reach out. And let your hand come down. Classically, your left arm's up. I'm gonna introduce a little bit more of a warm-up here. If you care to add on some circles with that shoulder, these should feel good. Nothing should hurt or click. So the hand, when I say circle, it can even go behind you. It's a circle in all planes. And in front and open. And your fingers can even stretch. Now, wherever you're craving, you can stay. So it could be you're just vertical in a classic. Maybe your arms over your ear or behind your back's always fun. And the bottom shoulder is down the back as well. Nice. And you know your right knee, is soft. It's not backwards. So I love that. You're honoring that knee. 10 more. 9. 8 and 7. Good. You can change your arm. It's fun. It's like your body tells you signals and you can follow it. Follow the breadcrumbs. 3. Good. That looks great. Now inhale. And as you exhale, start pressing your feet. Here we go. Up. Pivot. Take the other foot. Pivot. Reach. Yeah. And then when you can't reach anymore, that's your left hand position, your hand down low. This arm can draw some circles, circulate, open. I love an inhale with that lift and an exhale as the arm closes. And when you link breath with movement, there's a parasympathetic response. So we're not just stretching the muscles, not just strengthening the bones, but we're helping the nervous system. Now you might even stay up with the arm. Maybe you want to take it back. That's a great shoulder opener. Maybe you want to go over your ear, or mix it. So hold. Nice. That a girl. Yep, knee soft. You might notice your bottom hand goes lower, but you're not forcing anything. You're just going with the flow. That looks great, Betty. Yeah. Nice, Karen. I always love to pretend someone's pulling my arm. See if I can pretend I am pulling your arm, rotating the spine. Yeah. Oh, it feels so good. Reaching. 5, 4. Breathe. 3. Through the nose if you can. 2. Ooh. Now get ready to push. Come up. Pivot the feet. Walk the feet or step the feet together. And kind of like you bake a cake, just let everything assimilate. Let's grab a sip and we'll meet back here. Pretend like you're baking Irish soda scones. My new favorite. Organic Irish soda scones with currants. You can pretend. We're going to inhale. Now on the exhale, we're gonna open up the arms, we're gonna open up the feet into a 5-pointed star. And that means that the ankles are roughly under the wrist. Now you're gonna lift up the right toes again, very similar, the right knee, and I'm gonna do this a few times to kind of prime that knee, to warm it up, to say, okay, we want it to track with the second toe. Now when you feel like it's over the heel of the right ankle, you're in a good place. The more stretched out you are, the harder, the closer your feet are, the modified. So find what feels good. This is warrior one. Look over that right hand, and I'm gonna look at you, but you can be looking over the right hand. That's it. Really good, guys. Very good. Your shoulders are down. They're strong, but they're open. Feel how your heart lifts. This is a happy where I am, excited where I'm going kind of pose. Very grounded where I am, and I'm looking forward to where I'm going. Breathe in, feel your heart. This is another one, pretend like someone's pulling your arms, stretching you long. Now this front hand, this right forearm, can go to your right thigh. Your other arm, your left arm, look how it's in a long line with your foot, or this is Parsvakonasana, or you could place it behind your back. Maybe that's a great shoulder stretch. I kind of like to hook my thigh here. Or you could even go down lower, right? Your hand. Keep going. I have to move this microphone transmitter. And then come back down to where you need to be today. 10. There is a rotation here. So your top shoulder blade goes to the back wall. Even your back thigh is externally rotating. So you're not dropping in the hip, you're opening. Breathing, stretching, front thigh is strong. Now we're going to take another inhale, and it's almost like someone's pulling your arm up. Now get ready, this front knee's at 90. I have to kind of rescan that. Before you go, your thigh is safe, and then you go up and back. Oh my goodness, isn't that a good counter pose right here? 10, good. 9, yep. 8, you might be able to go back further, but you don't need to force it. 7, you did, that was good. 6, the front thigh stays in 90. That's my hardest cue to remember. 5, yeah, you look great. Yep. 4, 3, ooh, 2. Now, it's almost like you're trying to catch the sky with your hand. Bring it to a letter T. Push that leg straight. Now we pass through 5-pointed star. Pick up your other toes. Bend the knee a few times, so maybe 3 to 5. And I'm trying to tell that knee, track with my second toe. Go over the heel. And then when it feels like it's warmed up, it's going to just stay right here over the knee. And your body will go vertical, your torso, I mean. Your palms are facing up. And you could look over the left hand. I'm going to look at you though, because I want to just see. Good, Karen, that was good. Good, Jean, that looks good. Everybody looks good. Good. The further your feet are, the harder it is. The closer is the modification. So you can find out where you need to be. 10. Your heart gets the breath, the inhale. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now inhale, and then as you exhale, this front forearm goes to your thigh, your top arm goes over your ear. Now, those of you that want to switch it up, you know your top arm could go behind you like a little shoulder opener, or maybe your bottom arm could go down, and just explore, rotate, breathe, enjoy. Oh, that looks so good, guys. 5, 4. Notice how the subtle, the the breath helps you stretch more. Like I feel like this distance from my rib to pelvis just got longer, between the ribs just got longer, the hand, all these tiny little subtle stretches add up. Now get ready, we're gonna push really strong into the legs. Pass through warrior, go up, and so it's lifting up and back. Here we go. Ooh. Love it. And you're stretching and you're opening and you're reaching. There is a safe knee over the ankle alignment on that front leg that you're maintaining even though you're reaching back. And you're making sure not to push on that knee with your hand. You're just gently touching. 10, 9, ooh, 8, it's giving in more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to take another inhale, come up, push that leg straight, take the hands towards the heart, and you can walk or step or shimmy your feet in, Samastitihi. Let that organic Irish soda bread bake and then assimilate. Notice how it all feels. We're going to grab a sip and then I'll meet you back here for a pyramid pose. This is a good hamstring stretch one. The hamstring on the front thigh. So I'm going to turn sideways just because that way you might be able to see a little better. With your inhale, your left foot is in the same line with your left hip, meaning you're on railroad tracks. Let's put our hands on our hips today. Notice how it's easy to kind of steer left towards the back hip, but really try to keep your hips square to the front wall. And inhale, let's just keep it here just to see what's going on with the hips. Exhale, hinge, and then that way you feel what's going on. You don't, if your hip moves, you'll feel it, but basically you can pretend there's a yoga block on your hips and it wouldn't spin off, fall off. Your gaze is probably going to be at your toes. If you feel pretty good here, you could add on the interlaced finger position at your lower back and make it a shoulder stretch. Left hip steers forward, right hip steers back. You have a little lift in both of your foot arches, feet arches. Now we're going to add on a little bit. Let your hands go to your thigh, or maybe your shin, or maybe the floor with a little bit of a knee bend. And it's okay to soften your spine a little bit here. Find a place that feels good. Low pyramid pose. Breathe in. Now when you're ready, push your feet into the floor and you're going to go strong, strong, strong. Even beyond a vertical spine, you can go into a lifted spine. Heart up, hands up, big stretch, inhale. And exhale your hands back to your heart, and then you're gonna, I like to soften my right knee before I take off. The left foot's gonna land next to the right one. Samastitihi, let that cake bake, let the body assimilate. Right foot goes back, 4 feet deep or so on the railroad track. We'll put our hands on our hips just to kind of let this be a sign that we wanna keep our hips here and not let the hip rotate open, right? Inhale, exhale, hinge forward until you feel your hamstring on the left. Your gaze is probably at your toes. And maybe interlace your fingers. Now, as you're here, if you want to add on another variation, your hands could go to your thigh or your shin, or maybe even the floor, and relax there. A little low pyramid. Now take another inhale and get ready. You're going to push your feet into the floor, and you can go to vertical, or if you feel like you can go into a little back bend, lift your heart, lift your arms. Inhale. And then bring your hands to your heart, and then let's take a foot together, Samasthiti. Balance your mind, body, and your breath. Really good job. We'll grab a sip and meet back here. Terrific. Strong legs. Very good job. This is a lot of leg strength. Stretching, balance, grace on transitions. So we'll take a little, this one is a warrior one. I'm going to turn again just so you can see your right foot is going to stay up front, and the left foot goes in a railroad track a little further back, maybe 5 feet deep. The foot is on the floor, but it's turned out 45 degrees or so. So front thigh strong, back leg long, arms up. Again, my hips are steered to the front wall. Now it could be a Y, or maybe you want to do a field goal post. You can mix that arm position up for depending on what your goal is. So this is a great shoulder opener, or lift it up, strength, the heart's lifted, exalted warrior, warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Creating the next steps, courageous, bold, truth teller, going forward, strong, radiant, all these feel good emotions. Breathe in through your nose, feel that heart get rooted through the feet so the back leg's really strong. Really good. You've got a little abdominal help for your spine. Your upper back is doing a little back bend if you can. Yep, 5. Good. 4. Really good. 3. Now we're going to take another inhale. Let the hands come together first and hinge the body. So I've got this one long line from my crown to my foot. Hold here. 10, 2, 3. Building strength on the front thigh. 5, 2. Now on the 1, your back foot is going to land softly next to your front foot, Samasthiti. Really good job. Now when you're ready, right foot goes pretty far deep. Good, 5 feet deep or so. The foot is on the floor, kind of 45-degree angle turned out. The front thigh is 90. Hips are square, arms are open, exalted warrior, warrior one. I see everybody's back knee is really long. That's good. It's really strong and long. Now breathe into your nose and through your nose and feel your heart expand. And if you have an urge to close your eyes, you can. You can also do a really soft gaze forward, sort of like a strong, calm gaze. There's no jaw tension. You're reaching through the heart. You're lifting up the heart like a string's attached to it. Keep breathing, keep opening, keep reaching. Strong front thigh, strong upper back. Everybody looks really good. That front knee's on top of the ankle. That looks really good. Beautiful. You can feel your back calf stretching. Now we're going to take an inhale to put the hands at the heart like a prayer pose. Hinge your body forward, but stay hovering over your thigh. This added weight to your thigh, so it's kind of like a squat plus. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, beautiful, 7, 8, 9. Now you're going to take flight, right foot next to the left. Samasthiti. Beautiful. Let everything assimilate. Grab a sip of whatever you're drinking, mushroom tea, for example, and meet me back here. Something nourishing, something replenishing. And we're going to take the hands together at the heart. Now the feet are going to go pretty wide. This is a hammock pose. The feet are going pretty wide. So it could be that you're starting at 5-pointed star, inhale. Now when you exhale, you could go down like we did before, but we're going to walk our hands forward. So the hands walk forward kind of like down dog, but with a wide feet. I like to toe in the feet a little bit too to open the SI joint. See if that feels good to you. I'm going to look at you. Yes, very good. You're reaching your heels to the floor. Even if they don't meet, it's okay because you're still getting that stretch. 10. Now walk your hands back to more center and now walk them over to the right leg. If your legs are straight, great. If they need a little modification, you can slightly bend, but you are paying attention to one leg right now and not so much the other. We're going to give each leg its own attention. Inhale. And then exhale, walk over to the other leg. And then bring it back in the center. And then we're going to take a right knee bend, and it's okay if it's just a little knee bend, you'll still feel a stretch, or if you want to go lower, you can. So listen to your body. Here's the low version, here's the 90-degree version. So you do, I'm going to show both again. Yeah. All right, just hold 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. Now walk over to the other leg. Give it a little sample of 90 degrees. See if that feels good. Maybe you're going to go lower. Yeah. Good. Atta girl. Just make sure everything feels good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to exhale and push back up. Excellent. Now we're going to have hands to the hips. Come up. Go into a back bend. Excuse me. And back bend here. Lift your heart. Happy spring. And then you're going to go into neutral. Step or walk the feet in together. Samasthiti. Really good. We'll grab a sip and then we'll meet back here for tree pose. One of my favorite balancing poses. So lift and spread your toes. Once you're back, I like to have, sometimes images come to my mind. I like to have an image of a certain tree I'm emulating that day. So you can do that if you have that. So lift and spread your toes. Let your right foot come up. Now it could be you do a calf, it could be you do an inner thigh. We're going to do an arm position up and then we'll take a shoulder opener. So you could lift your arms. If you need them at your heart though, feel free. You could be a juniper tree growing out of a rock, not even making any practical sense of how it's grabbing any root system, but there you are. Now, you are welcome to add on if you care to. It could be that you pat yourself on the back and you reach up. Now get ready. You can change your arms and inhale. Hands come back. Both feet are rooted. Terrific job. Lift and spread your toes. The other foot comes up. Now, it could be low, it could be calf, it could be inner thigh. At first, we'll lift the arms. Nice. Good, Polly. Good, Betty. Yay. Trying that leg high. That's really great. Gorgeous, Jean. Look at Karen nailing it, everybody. What gorgeous trees. Now, if you care to add on, I love shoulder openers here. One hand can pat. Ooh, one arm can come up from behind. It's like a bonus. You've done dynamic balance and then you're holding. Good job. Take an inhale. Let those little hands come back at prayer pose. And let that foot come back. Ooh, nice job. Grab a sip if you'd like. We'll do another balance pose. The next one's going to be a quad stretch plus dancer, possibly. So this one, let's see if I can show from this side. Your right arm, I love to introduce this with a circulation, so we're always going to try to include mobility, especially in those ball and socket joints. Hold on to your foot, and you have this little rib pull down and this pubic bone pull up. The other arm can just reach out. 10. Good. Now, you're welcome to stay here or push that foot into your hand. Now take another inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly come back, hands together at the heart, Samasthiti. Notice how I like to feel how open that side feels now. Breathe into it, it's a little easier. Let's take the other side. The arm goes up and you're enjoying that mobility, that circulation, and then behind you. So your hand goes to your foot or your ankle. And it's okay if you need to hold on to something like a towel. The other arm's out. Good. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, as you're ready, you can push your foot into your hand. Take another inhale. Now, as you exhale, you're gracefully coming back. Your hands come to your heart. Samasthiti. Really good. Grab a sip if you'd like. Super good. I would say we're shooting for 12 ounces today, right? 8 to 16 ounces, somewhere in there. We're gonna lift the arms. Now, your feet are in line with your respective hip. And as I lower, it's the heels that are heavier. Lift the heart, and then we're gonna add on the palms together. So if you were to scan, your knee is in line with your second toe, your booty's back, and that's your pose. Now, a soft neck, so a lot of times when I'm down here, I have to tuck the chin a little bit so there's no tension. So just hold 10. Utkatasana, building strength in those legs, letting us go up mountains, letting us go up rocks. Now take another inhale, try to feel 50-50 of each leg. You're gonna take a moment to let the blood pressure adjust. We're gonna do an add-on. Oh, I always have a blood pressure adjustment here. Okay, inhale the arms up. Exhale, heel heavy. Now try to lower, you'll feel your knees. They're gonna wanna track with your second toe, not knock together, not knock out. Now the hands can come back. I generally have a slight chin tuck so my neck feels very clear. See what works for you. This is gonna be a rotation, not in the legs at all, not in the hips at all, but in the torso. If you can hook your elbow on the outside of that thigh, you create a little leverage. 10, 5. Now inhale, face front. Get ready. Not your hips at all, but your upper body, your torso. Hook that elbow if you can. Bring it to the front and exhale, stand. Nice, let your blood pressure adjust. Now when you're ready, I'm gonna turn sideways. We're gonna take one called the standing bow. Now your arms can both go up and then around. If you can reach one hand to one foot, go for it. If you can put two hands to a foot, go for it. Stand tall, 10. Shoulders are open. The possible add-on is that you push your foot into your hands or hand. And you're standing, doing a bow, Ardha Dhanurasana. Keep going, I'm gonna get on the floor versus my mat. Now get ready, start making your way back up more gracefully than I, and then place your hands at your heart. Ooh, Samasthiti, really good. We're gonna do the other side. So the arms, so it's kind of like the rack posture. The arms go up as high as you can. I'm trying to touch them, touch them, touch them, and then open, and the other foot comes into hand or hands. Tall for 10. Possibly add on. There she is. Betty, we lost you for a second, but I'm glad you're back. Yeah, I don't know why either. Technology's the best, right? I'm just glad it works most of the time for us. We'll take that inhale and then exhale, come back up and bring your hands to your heart. Woo! Now this one is Warrior 3. Let your hands come beside your hips. I want to let you know there's all sorts of variations on all these poses, and I want you to find the ones that work for you. So the hands low is what we're going to do because it'll help keep us out of our traps. This pose is hard enough. So lift and spread your toes. Now, your hips, you could even put your hands on your hips. Your hips are going to try to rotate, but you don't want them to. Your right foot comes off the floor, and that's right there a great pose. So let's say you have an old hamstring injury, Michelle, we talked about from the retreat. You kind of stay in here just a little bit to really feel that glute and not hurt any hamstring. Now, the possibility is you keep going towards parallel, but if it makes you have to turn your hip, then it's worth it to stay diagonal. So I just want to offer that there's no pose that every single person should take on a variation. There's no one variation for everyone. The essence is your hips are level, your back is getting stronger. Take another inhale, and then you're going to slowly come back. So touched base with it, didn't want to kill it. That's a pretty tough pose. Tougher than it looks. That was great. Inhale, hands beside your hips. Shift the left toes off. Here we go. Possibly diagonal. The hips are level. They're not opening up, which would be a temptation, right? And another clue I like to use is if you were to touch your left toes to the floor, they would all touch. It wouldn't just be your big toe. So you're not in an external rotation in this. You're more neutral. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly come up and then take a moment. Whew. Let's take a sip and go down to the floor. Really good job, guys. So good, so good. Perfect Wednesday. We're going to take the inhale to go up, the exhale to come down, down dog, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Shift your weight forward. Let forearms come down if you care to. You can also stay on your hands. I'm going to do a touch of plank for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A side plank for 10. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the other side. You're welcome to turn. I just want to see your form. So hold 10 on this one, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now go to front plank and we're going to do a sphinx, which could be elbows, forearms, or swan cobra, bhujangasana. All right, shoulders are down, elbows towards the floor, or you're in sphinx. Beautiful. All right, breathe. And this one, bhujangasana, means cobra. It's esoterically, it's about shedding your skin and transforming into more of who you really are. The next step, opening, getting rid of old patterns that no longer serve, shedding your skin, embracing the new, freer you. Breathe in. Now release. This is Shalabhasana, locust. Let your hands come beside you and lift up your heart, maybe your toes. Maybe you want to do an interlace position. I just love that one, but see what suits you. 10. Relax. And if you would like to take a bow pose on your asana, you can take your hand to a foot or both. We're going to do it twice. So if you can't reach one foot, don't worry, we'll do it again. 10. Lower. We're going to do it one more time. Go up. 10. And lower. Now I'm going to have us do a rotation here. So watch this. Your left armpit's up. Your right armpit goes through the window. Now watch, I'm gonna rotate here. If that was just so confusing, it's, you know, you can't, like, how did we get there? Just do your normal rotation. But for now, the right hand can help that knee stay down, the left arm's out. I'm gonna look at you for a minute. Yep. Yeah, it feels like a more intense shoulder stretch when I do it this way. Hold that 10. Breathe in. Now, let's go belly down, and you're gonna go to the other side. So this time your left arm goes underneath your right armpit, and your right arm opens up. Your left hand holds onto the right knee, and hold. We're going to take an inhale to bring us onto our backside. And the right leg's going to go up. If you would like to grab a Dynaband or a tubing, grab it. There the girl. Ooh. Another prop that sometimes people like is to put a little pillow under their head. So if your neck feels at all out of neutral or as comfortable as it can be, you can get a little pillow or fold your yoga mat. I like to add a little movement here, so it could be that you take it across, it could be that you take it out, it could be that you do it all. Take it all, do all the stuff that feels good. Your cells are always vying for your optimal wellness and radiance. We're gonna take another inhale, and let's take that leg down and take the other one up. So you could use your Dynaband around your heel arch, or your tubing, or your, Pilates ring is great. A towel will work, a yoga tie, just whatever, your hand. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, both hands can go to your feet or your ankles and let your knees be a little wide, bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. I again like to add a little rock here and enjoy. At this moment, it's a blessed moment of you don't have to do anything but relax and receive wellness. There's nothing to figure out. The mind that helps us so much can just be on a shelf, and you can let your breath and your feeling part of you dominate. We're going to take the right ankle to the left thigh and feel how good that is on your hip. Ah. If you have this urge to move your ankle or your toes, go with that. If you have an urge to rock, go with that. I like to even move the head here because it lets the neck relax more. Breathe in. Wellness, radiance, replenishment, care. You resonating and aligning with your higher you. And we're going to take the other ankle to thigh, reach your hands through, and hug and roll and move and enjoy. And we're going to take another inhale. And as you exhale, I'm going to offer supine bound angle, which is feet together, knees open, arms towards the sky. But you could also take a shavasana where you totally rest, maybe your bolster under your knees or your feet up on the wall. I just want you to intuit what's a good position for you today. There's nothing to do. There's no identifiers. You are so much more than any labels, names, identifiers. You are pure potentiality. You are connection to source. You are wellness and peace and love. So breathe all that in. And then whenever you're ready, you can come up to a seated position that serves you. And then just lift up through your heart. Lift up through your spine, but that with much effort. And so what we just did was we took care of ourselves. We filled our cup. We nourished our body. We nourished our mind. We nourished our spirit, our breath, our nervous system, our lymph system. Everything is in a high aligned state. And that's our powerful place that we were always meant to be. We're meant to be a creator. It doesn't feel good to feel knocked around from everything else that's happening in the world or people entering your sphere. That's why this feels so good. Today I intend to stay in my powerful place where I create the tone of my own vibration. As I go through my day, I know I'm the beacon. I know I'm the one that changes the radio dial of how I feel. Nothing, no one else, no event has the event to knock me from my place, not without my giving up my power, and I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to stay with my own power. So with so much appreciation and an intention of wellness and high vibration today, thank you guys so much. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, you're radiating, so I love it. I love it. Thank you guys. Welcome home. Welcome home.